Hi guys, welcome back to another exciting video. Today's video is from Forbes Breaking News. It's titled she kind of admitted that she's been lying to the American people. Vance Hit Kamala Harris. Before we dive into this video, my name is Oge. Welcome to the channel. If it's your first time here, hi. Do want to like, share, subscribe, turn on the post notification bell. Let's quickly check this out together because I want to actually know JD, I know JD Vance, and so the thing with campaigns is whenever you make a speech or you go out for campaigns, these people screenshot, like they pick on what you say. But let's hear what they're going to pick on Kamala Harris this time, and yeah, let's check this out.
Now, of course, we're going to do that in 7 days, but it's funny, Kamala Harris sometimes gives us a little bit of help along the way, and that's what's so interesting is, you know, the media says that she only does softball interviews, right? So she'll do an occasional interview with a tough journalist, like one or two, over the course of the whole campaign, but she only mostly does softball interviews, and I know we got a lot of baseball fans in the room, and the problem with a softball interview is you've still got to be able to hit a softball. And I don't know that Kamala Harris could hit a T-ball based on what we've seen from some of these interviews. Because, again, she is trying to run away in her scripted speeches as far away from the record of the last 4 years as possible. She's trying to pretend that she's the change candidate, even though we know she's the candidate of more of the same broken policies. And yet a couple weeks ago, she gave an interview on The View. And in that interview, she kind of admitted that she's been lying to the American people for the past 3 months. Now, you will never hear me complain about running for Vice President of the United States. It is the great honor of my life to stand here in this beautiful facility in front of all of you and to ask you to make me your next Vice President. That's an incredible thing, and we're thrilled about it. And I'm having fun. Thank you. I love you too. Ladies, beautiful. Thank you all. Well, look, here's the one complaint that I'll make is that sometimes, as an act of public service, I will watch Kamala Harris on programs like The View so that you don't have to. It's what I'm willing to do. This is a life of service that I've chosen. And a couple weeks ago, she gave an interview that I think really actually blew up her entire campaign. Because the interviewer said, what would you have done differently over the last 4 years? And Kamala Harris says, well, nothing comes to mind.
Okay.
Now think about this. She's been running away from the last 4 years, her entire campaign, but in one 15-minute segment, she said nothing comes to mind that she would do differently from Joe Biden. Now, I will say, in her defense, that could very well be the slogan of the Harris-Walz campaign. Harris-Walz, nothing comes to mind.
Nothing comes to mind.
Because when she...
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
But we know that when Kamala Harris says she's going to fix the border, and you actually ask her, well, how are you going to fix the border? She'll say, well, nothing comes to mind.
Nothing comes to mind.
Right? We know that our fellow citizens are struggling to buy groceries, struggling to put food on the table, struggling to afford housing. What is Kamala Harris's answer to those problems? Nothing comes to mind. And this is true of nearly every problem we're confronting as a country, and we can laugh and we can have a good time. And by the way, I think that we're having a lot more fun on the Trump campaign than the Harris campaign is having right now.
It's actually been fun, honestly.
But we're also talking about some very deadly serious business, because unless we give the American people a leader who is fit to serve this great nation, I believe that the American dream is going to become more and more out of reach. And that's ultimately what this election is about.
You guys, what could have been the problem? If you watched my last video from First Post, 4 reasons why Kamala Harris lost to Donald Trump, this was one of the reasons. This reason he mentioned, like, oh my gosh, I feel like she flipped at that point. What could have been the reason? Is that she didn't it's not even it's a no-brainer question. You're a presidential candidates, right? This is a no-brainer. Like, even when they wake you up from the bed, from sleep, like, this is a question that you should be able to answer, right? But what could have been the problem? That woman is actually very smart, but what could have been the problem? And on The View, now look at it now, Kamala Harris is giving this kind of answer on The View. They did not roast her for this. If it was Trump, they would have roasted him. They would have diced him into pieces and roasted him. But no. But I'm just curious anyway. I just want to know, like, what happened? Why did she give that kind of response? Was she not prepared? Is she not supposed to be prepared? Is it not supposed to be a no-brainer question? It's not an answer that should come easy. There's so many problems in America that needs fixing. At least just give a summary, even one of the problems. And then she says nothing comes to mind. You're not even giving the people hope. That kind of question is what blew up her campaign. Like, it burned off her campaign. And normally, whenever like there's an opposing campaign going on, these other guys, their ears are on the ground. They're looking for everything to use to, you know, take you down and all of that, which happens normally at campaigns, during election campaigns, right? Now, the Trump administration, the other guys, you know, they used it to their own advantage because, of course, I feel like she flipped at that point. But I'm just wondering, what could have been the problem? Why was that question like impromptu? Like, was that question not something that she was expecting? Was that not a question that, I mean, I don't know what could have happened. That response was actually not good enough for the other was actually not good enough, even though, yeah, in many of her speeches and debates, we've heard her, you know, all her, what she wants to do for America, what she has in stock for the people of America and all of that. But on that show would have sold really good if she gave a very good point. I mean, I feel like it should have sold very well. It was one of the things that, it was one of the very big loopholes in her campaign. But what do you guys think? What do you guys think about this Kamala Harris's response? Or does it mean something else? Maybe does it mean something else that nobody's thinking about? Or maybe it came impromptu, she wasn't prepared, did you get, I don't know. I honestly don't know. Kamala Harris, on a normal, she shouldn't have given that kind of response, right? If it was Trump that was asked that question, he knows 100 things to say. You guys know Trump. He knows 100 things to say. But I don't know. Something must have been up with her. Maybe she wasn't prepared for the question and all of that. I don't know. But anyway, let's know your thoughts on what you think about this campaign. Yeah, I would love to know what you guys think about it, especially people of America. Yeah, and foreigners that, I mean, watch this, that have been following the news lately. What do you guys think about that particular response? Nothing comes to mind. Nothing comes to mind. Nothing comes to mind. Maybe you should title this video, nothing comes to mind. I'm joking. Anyway, kindly drop in the comment section what you think about this video. Do not forget to like, share, subscribe, turn on post notification bell. I'll see you in my next episode. Bye bye.